Hello everyone and welcome to Monday. Recently I've talked a little bit about the weight loss program that Mal and myself have been on, which is essentially count calories and lose weight doing so. And we've been pretty successful doing that, which has been really nice. In fact, I recently did a vlog where I talked about the fact that I had lost 30 pounds just by counting calories for the last few months. So it's been working. Something I've mentioned from time to time was that we were trying to get the cats to lose weight as well. And I wanted to announce today that our kitty weight loss program, which is essentially feed them less food, has been going pretty well. Kepler, at his maximum, hit 21 pounds. That little fur ball was up to 21 pounds. And Sagan was a little over 18. Both of those, too much. That's too much weight for the cats to have, and they should not be that big. And while we still have a little ways to go, I'm pretty happy to announce today that Kepler is down to 18, which means he's lost 3 pounds, which is a lot for a cat. And Sagan is down to 15.2, I think. So he's also lost just about 3 pounds. I don't really have a particular stopping point I'm aiming for. I'm going to get Sagan down a little bit more. I probably don't want him under 14. Before I see the vet and see what the vet thinks, because they are big cats. There are some cats that the cat's frame is very small and tiny. These are not. These are both really big animals. So I'm gonna maybe try and get Sagan down to 14 pounds. And Kepler, you still have a little ways to go, buddy. You're still 18 pounds and you're pretty big. I'm gonna get you down to 16 or 15, and that's gonna be the goal. One of the things I've noticed is that Sagan loses weight a lot more easily than Kepler does. I'm not really sure why that is, but I can feed them the exact same food, exact same amount of food, and I've been lowering the amount of food that I give them. And Sagan sheds weight a lot more quickly than Kepler does, and their weight has fluctuated a little bit because it's very hard to figure out exactly how much food to give them. Sometimes you'll give them some food and they'll lose a lot of weight really quick, and you're like, okay, I gotta give them more food than that. So you start giving them more food, and then suddenly they're gaining weight again, and you're like, what the heck is going on? So it's a very exact science, and it's something that I still myself don't even have figured out entirely, but I've been working on it, and it has been working. Overall, they've lost each about 3 pounds, and for a kitty cat, that's pretty good. You finished your food, you're gonna eat your brother's? There's nothing in there, because he ate his, so you're not going to find any. Probably the hardest thing for them was the fact that they had dry food in their dishes all day. It was pretty much a non-stop buffet anytime they wanted, which is how they got to be this big in the first place. Anytime they wanted to eat, they would just come eat. So that was the first thing we had to change was, they got their wet food. They still get their wet food in the morning and night, but in the morning and at night, but we also give them just a set amount of dry food now instead of leaving the dry food out all day. And at the beginning it was really hard for them because they were used to it. So, if they were hungry, they would go look for their food and it wasn't there, and they would whine and complain. And it took a few weeks to get past that, and it got a lot better, but it's still bad now because, if they're hungry, they're going to come over here and be like, yo man, there's no food in here. The problem is with cats, especially indoor cats, it's not always hunger, it's boredom. And I guess in that sense, humans and cats are not all that different. Sometimes if you're just mindlessly eating, as a human, that's a thing. You could sit and watch TV and you keep eating. Cats are kind of the same way. If they're bored, they want to eat. And I found that to be true because if you give in to the cat's demands, every time he's like, oh man, I'm hungry, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, here, have some food, that's when they'll gain weight. So I've tried to, anytime they want food, really inspect, do you need food? Is that really what you want? Or are you just bored? Because sometimes if I go open the blinds so they can look out the window, then they're fine. Then they leave me alone for a few hours or whatever. So throwing a toy, playing with them in a little bit, something to kind of stimulate their mind, then they're like, oh wait, I don't need food. I'm just bored. So that's helped a little bit. But yeah, it's been a struggle, but we're getting there, and I was just happy to announce that progress. You have a little ways to go, admittedly, but you'll get there. Just a few more months, we'll get you down to. I'm hoping under 16 pounds. That would be good because he's a big cat. To be fair, Kepler is extremely muscular. Like, he's a strong cat. You do not want to wrestle with that cat. But he's still too big. So we have to change that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?